Here we are. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. This is GQUAT Garden Quilt and Art Show. Some people call me GQUAT. GQUAT is the acronym for the channel, which stands for Garden Quilt and Art Show. Let me see if I can put that in there. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't, but I won't be touching a lot of things because when I do, good Lord, everything gets crazy in here. So I will give you a chance to come in. My Renaissance grandma, Joanne Stevens, are saying hello and welcome to everyone in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. Excuse me. I'll probably because today it was almost 80 degrees in Connecticut. I heard a noise. So, Mr. Busybody hears me go live and he's going to the door and everything. If you're here on a replay, thank you for coming and welcome. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, subscribe. Turn on your notification bell and you will know every time I go live. I don't know why the little thingy. Well, no, we're not going to move a lot of things. No. Yeah, I know you heard me say live, Auntie Joanne. Maria Graham, thanks for coming and welcome. See if I can pull this up on. No, your mustache is all messed up. Your face is wet. But somebody wants to say hello, everybody. He wants you to know that he's guarding the door. Nobody will come in and bother you guys. Well, oops. While I am live. Well, I usually drop something during the live, but it wasn't me that time. It was Mr. Hershey, excuse me, knocking over my water and my tissues and things. So, I hope all of you are enjoying the weekend. Some of you who work are having a long weekend, a good Friday, good Monday, all that good stuff. And some of you are just doing what you always do. I actually took some of my plants that will be going in the garden out yesterday, and we just left them in the box to get acclimated. They're going cold turkey. They're herbs, so they should be able to make it. And they're still in the winter grow containers, and they're still in the box, so they won't get too much sunlight. I will take the box away later. Mr. Hershey, Maria Graham is saying hello. Hello, Mother. I will see you tomorrow. After you get home for church, the good daughter will be there. Hello, Mike. Or the not so good daughter will be there. So, excuse me. What have you guys been doing? Cheers. I hear myself wheezing a little bit. That's because of the sudden change. So I've got the table set up. I've got it cleaned off. Next week, I will be adding some new cameras. I actually have a couple of other cameras, but I was having problems when I use like a phone, even if I turn the phone. Oops, I didn't do that this time. Hold on. So I'm putting on my do not disturb sign, and I turn the ringer off. Excuse me. Hey, Donzel Cooper, thanks for coming and welcome. So I turn it off so that I don't get a phone call and get bumped offline. While I'm looking straight ahead, there's so many things over there. Somebody asked me last week, I showed it to you. It wasn't last week, it was Thursday. What are all the things in back of me? This is an orphan block up there that I will probably just put a backing on it and some batting and do a giveaway for a something because it's a really nice block. 1 minute, please. I have to quiet somebody. Sorry, you guys. I tried to give him a break and not last. Well, Thursday I put him in the bedroom. I hate to lock a man up. And I'm looking over there. I collect elephants, right? And Olga, my helper, moves things around when she's here, little things. It's so cute. The elephant, if you collect elephants, the trunk is supposed to point towards the door. It's supposed to be good luck, or that's the way money comes into the house. But anyway, going back to this elephant, speaking of elephants, this is a piece of fiber art that I'm working on. It has the batting, cotton batting on it already, and I will be thread stitching it. But this piece here is a piece backing. I had some leftover fabric from a quilt I will show you in a few minutes, and some scraps that kind of looked like in the woods or the jungle or something. Mike says, "Hey, Mr. Hershey, yes, go somewhere and behave." So that's what is in back of me. Going back to my future plans, I have a new setup on the table. The table will now be big enough, I think, to have other items. This one is about a foot and a half wider, longer, and maybe 6 inches wider. So I will be able to add more equipment on the table. Hello, Kelly. I bring it every day. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. You guys, the channel is really growing, and I appreciate all of the shares, especially my art, because that's what I'm really here trying to do, trying to share some of the some of the things that I've learned in my life. And Maria said she was working in the yard today. It was 80 degrees there. Wow. So I don't feel bad now because it was 78 here in Connecticut. As a matter of fact, it is exactly at the moment. Huh, check this out, 77 degrees in Connecticut. So So there's a marginal risk of severe weather today. Yeah, usually when the different layers of sky interact, it does cause thunderstorms and often a lot of fog. So my mother's really happy. She is going to physically go to our church, the church that she has been a member of for over 75 years, and way longer than that. And I've been a member since for 70 years myself. So, no, so it has to be way more than that. But anyway, Mike said it's 52 there. And oh, so everybody's having good weather. But you know what? Excuse me. I understand that it's going to be another cold snap before mid May. So, mid May is the actual deadline. Our church at home welcome in. Thank you for coming, Nancy. And they're in the same grow zone as me, Nancy is, and they get warm weather so much faster. I guess in Ohio, the breeze, what do they call it, the transcontinental breeze or the jet stream, brings the warm air over there before it gets to the severe East Coast. So let me try to look at the chat and see what is going on because I'm going to push the screen away because I want to I want to do some hand sewing today because everything's not computerized. Everything is not, the world is not totally machine operated. And I want people to feel comfortable to using their bare hands. In fact, you know what? People need to start learning how to use their bare hands to do a lot more than sewing. Our treasured home, it says 76, but can change also, like it's going to be cool next week. Same here, it's going to be up and down and up and down. So, going back to doing things by hand, the grid might go down. What is the grid? The electrical system. So, what are you going to do? I see people in other countries carrying those big old fashioned iron sewing machines that weigh like 35 pounds. I see them carrying them on their head. And then they go to the town, the village, or whatever. No, Hershey, come, come, come. And he's a funny boy. And you're going to need hand tools, hand mixers, hand in your go bags in case of an emergency. You need to have hand can openers because I tell you, cutting open a can without a can opener and you can't get one is very difficult. Ask me how I know. I have lived off grid, and town was like 12 miles away, and something happened either before, after, or during getting the electricity installed. And I had one of those little can openers. It's like a little round thing, and you put it there, and it broke. Oh my gosh. And then the second one broke. So I took a can opener, like a beer opener, the pointy end, and I opened the can and just had to use a sharp knife and go around it. Not only is that dangerous, you can cut your hand. It took a long time, but I got in the can, got it all got did what I had to do. So let's talk about show and tell. And by the way, I haven't done this for a long time. Would any of you like to come up and show us what you're working on? If you're doing a craft, your garden or something. So I think this is how I do it. Invite guests, then Command C, copy, Command V, can't post messages to some channel. Okay. So I think, yeah, there's the link, you guys. And also, if you are a content creator, don't forget to put exclamation mark GQUAT and it will link your channel. And this one says you can't post to some things. Okay. Okay. So there's the link if you would like to come up and show what you are working on. Okay. So, Maritza's Yarn and Crafts. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Nice seeing you here. I think I saw you today on the channel with Deb S. the Pug Mom. I got kicked out of a channel yesterday, you guys. This will make you really laugh because I told you I lost my remote on the TV that I watched in the bedroom. It's a pretty big TV for a bedroom. It's 55 inches. I mean, I'm only 65 inches tall, so I don't need a TV that's bigger than me in there. But I went, well, yeah, Friday. Olga took me to the. I don't drive very much. She took me to the Comcast Xfinity store to pick up a remote. They said they would mail one, right, and charge me $6 for the fee. I said, well, you put it on my bill. I was being like stinky. So, because I know they don't have to. They don't have to send it UPS. They do what they do, and they lock you into it. That's ways they charge shipping and handling. So many companies have so many ways to rip you off. I actually hate even having Xfinity Comcast. I have all my own equipment, all my own Wi-Fi, everything, everything, everything. They charge me $80 a month for the high-speed Wi-Fi. So most of the time, I mostly just watch YouTube or work on doing my own things. Maritza says, "Hope we're doing well." Yes, 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 y'all. And I've been watching some of the other quilters, and I wanted to show you some other things that we can do here. Some of the things I have done, but let me just backtrack 1 minute and tell you about the new table and having more equipment. I actually bought one of these things. I've had it for quite some time, and it's a type of camera that I can put in the area that I sew in. I also can put it over where my big industrial machine is and start bringing you live from there. Stop, Hershey. And show you live from there. Lorraine T. Hola, hermana. ¿Cómo estás? So she's saying hello to everybody. So this should be a way of filming without even worrying about that whistling sound, that backlog. But I have a couple of things I want to show you guys. I meant to bring it over here before, but of course I forgot. So I'm opening the case, and it is a surprise because a lot of you, and Lorraine T came in just now. She reminded me she has recently started sewing again. She knows how to sew, and she wants to start quilting and doing some other things, but she has found some real deals. I'm trying to get the case off this machine, and it's an older. Oh, I have the lock on it. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Oops, I didn't see the lock to the case was on there. So I'm taking it off because I want to show you the first machine that I ever owned. Lord, a mess. Finally got so my cow look isn't sticking up. It's not in my face. And yeah, she's a big girl. But to go with the new table, I can use any domestic machine, but the smaller the machine, like the featherweights or whatever, that only weigh 13 pounds, or some of the newer ones, don't have a very big throat. The part that goes underneath. Why does that matter? It matters because as you work on your quilt with this type of a machine, when you're doing domestic sewing, it has to fit under the throat. You have to work it in increments. Cheers. Okay, so I have several things to show you. Before I show you the machine, I want to show you some things that you can do by hand. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts reminds me that This is something I made years and years ago. Like we talked about this piece of needlepoint, petty point that I drew on here and hand sewed it in a basket weave stitch so that it won't warp. When you're doing needlepoint, certain ways that you're working with the grain of the webbing on there, it will warp a little. Um, and I didn't want this piece to warp too much. So, and it's very tightly done. But this is also needlepoint and it's done with yarn and has different stitches that you can see on Mr. Turtle. This thing will last, I don't know how long. This thing has to be 25 years old. It has to be 25 years old at least. And then you just take it and either you can make it into a pillow or you can have it made into a pillow. At that time, I believe I sent it away to have it made into a pillow. I appreciate each of you coming in tonight. There are many things you can be doing on a warm spring evening, and I appreciate you taking time out for me. I want to show you this, which I will probably gift to my great granddaughter, who now has her first apartment. And this is a hand pillow. I put some stitching on the side. It does have a zipper to be washed. It's pretty big, but I think it will match her bedroom. She happens to like purple. And I need to get rid of some stuff around here. Why? Because new Lorraine says it's beautiful. So most of you know that I give my family things that I make usually. Oh. Wait a minute. I thought I saw something where I bring it wanted to come in, but I don't I don't see. I saw a message pop up, but it went away before I could see it. Donzel Cooper says a very nice pillow. It's nice and soft and it's very big. It's good for a backrest. I have it on my guest bed in my bedroom. So, and I like the batik fabrics in purple, and I think she will love it. Now, what we're doing now is a little bit of show and tell, so you don't think that if you're doing something with your hands, you have to be stuck in one genre. Lorraine T asked me, I didn't become an artist until after, excuse me, after I retired, because that's when I had time to do things and to collect all these little gizmos and things. So I started painting when I was like 66. I've always known how to sew. I've been sewing. I started sewing by hand. I knew how to needlepoint in elementary school. I knew how to knit in elementary school, crochet in elementary school. Let me turn this a little bit. You see that Afghan on the back of the couch where I just threw the pillow over by my dad's biography? Hey, Val Creates, nice to see you. I saw you creating something in a challenge the other day. I don't know if I had a chance to check in. I was having communications problems with all my devices. But that crocheted Afghan, I actually did in one weekend with a size Q crochet hook, and I think I started with 50 stitches and went across, and I'm looking to see if it's a double crochet or single crochet, because when you're using big ones, it's either probably a single crochet because I didn't want too much space in between. But it just looks good hanging over the couch. Or if you fall asleep, you can just pull it over your feet, over your head, your body. When my son comes, He just says, "Oh, mom, I'm low maintenance. I don't need all that stuff." Oh, she's pink, hand waving. That's how I got kicked out of, I think, Mona's chat yesterday. I couldn't get my little phone working and or use a TV, so I was using my MacBook, my computer, and I couldn't find how to put the purple hearts, my three purple hearts that I used to sign my name. So I put three pink hands in it, and Nightbot did not like that. Nightbot is a automatic moderator that does what he wants to do. Excuse me. And that's just my asthma bronchitis. I'm not sick. And he told me, stop spamming GQUAT. I'm not spamming, and don't tell me what to do. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Guess what, you guys?
Hello.
Now I figured out how to do it. I don't know if you can see here, but they didn't give me time. I heard the noise before, but then
Yes.
looked and the screen disappeared. I couldn't find
Oh no, that's fine. I
a
figured.
thing. So welcome, Kelly. I
Well,
bring it
thank you.
every day.
Good to see you. Just thought
It's
I'd say hello and echo the handmade stuff. I really think that's important because of if we lose power,
and
you have to be
sharing.
able to do things by hand. Yep.
Yes, you guys, Frugal Mama, welcome in, welcome
Hello.
in. And I bring it every day. I will let her introduce herself. And she teaches hand skills and all of the crafting
Try.
things.
I try.
So tell us about yourself, Kelly, and
Oh,
what's behind you in that rack.
oh yeah, there's a little bit of yarn there.
A lot.
So this I put this out here to try to get to use it. So I've been going through a lot of my stash. So a lot of people with
Figured out
crochet
how to do
stuff
that.
get way too much yarn and so then you have to go through it. But anyway, this is all wool, this right here. And I said I'm going to make a blanket. Well, another winter went by and that didn't happen. So I was making other things.
Well, do you have any of your other things you would like to show us?
Oh sure, I'll just show you this. I just did this today. So this is that hat you came in and you just watched it. Yeah.
I did see part of that. I didn't
Yes,
see the
yes.
blue part. I guess my nap took me.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I understand. So this is a free pattern from Red Heart. And this was a yarn called Red Heart Super Saver Chunky. And they only made it for like a minute, like about a year, and then it was gone. And I
It's
had
pretty.
I had two skeins of this stuff, and I said, I'm gonna use it finally, right? So I went in my
Yes,
stash and did it. So this was a free pattern that they had, and this is like a slouchy hat. So I'll show you. It's like a slouchy hat.
I love that.
But there it is. And then here's the pom pom on the side. Yep.
Did it tell you how many rows to put, or you just did it until you
Yes.
thought it was for your head?
Yeah, it no, it was the full thing, and they had 3 sizes, so they have small, medium, and large, and then you just decide which one you wanna do. So I
I
did the
have,
small, but this was actually too big for my husband's head. He tried it on, it was too big. But me,
well,
it's perfect.
the reason I asked is because I have a big head, and I have a hair, and when I put it, when I get a bun or something,
Yes.
it's like the hat is up there, and the neck
Yes.
and everything is cold.
Yeah, so this one is 82 stitches cast on,
Oh,
and it's knitted. I think it goes 82 something. I forget. I put the little pattern away. But anyway, it goes 90. 90 is the most. But you will never need 90 because this and maybe it's my loose knitting. I don't know. It came out pretty loose.
I
So
love that.
yeah. So this is
You
really nice. And it's free. Free
Did
pattern.
you use one size needle for the whole thing? Sometimes like for ribbing, you use two different sizes.
Yeah. No, I did not.
Oh,
And I have this much left. See, and this is
wow.
this
Oh,
is
that
quite a
is
bit.
chunky.
Yeah, it's pretty chunky. So
I
I
like
might be
it.
able to make another one. I'm going to see if I can squeeze out one. It'll be a little bit smaller, but there it is. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I kind of do wearables, which it's funny. I don't have a wearable nearby. I was just thinking I don't have a wearable made, but I do. Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. I've tried amigurumi, which are the little stuffy animals. I've tried them. I have a blanket. I made this. I'll show you. And this is just blanket yarn and this big old blanket. I made this
Oh, and
last.
those are my colors.
I know.
I
Do you
think
like
I actually saw you working on that a little bit
Yeah,
too.
this was last year. Was it last? Yeah, it's like 2004, 2024. Yep. So I worked on that last year, and I ended up buying a bunch of this yarn because it was cheap at Ollie's. I don't know if you guys have you have Ollie's where you live.
I think so. I
Yeah.
I don't know. My mother used to drag me in all these private yarn stores, and you
Mm-mm.
know how that raping went.
Well, I know, and then you end up buying. So it's great. Like you get really nice yarn, but the problem is, um, it's expensive. You know what I mean?
That's why I said the raping of
Right.
of America.
I buy it all. I buy it all. I buy the cheap stuff. I buy the expensive stuff. So it's kind of like however I'm feeling is what I do. Yeah.
Well, I like when the expensive stuff is on sale and becomes cheap.
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
like.
Or you get gifted some, which I got gifted some expensive yarn. That was nice.
I have some of that last one with the different colors.
Yes.
I it's at my mom's house. Maybe we'll get it out tomorrow when I go,
Yes.
and it was like the ombre or whatever,
Yes.
and it was had all the different colors. And
Mhm.
one of my nieces sent it, and it was really expensive. I said, "Well, I'm not buying this, and I'm doing too much stuff,
Mhm.
but maybe I'll do something." We have some new babies coming in the family.
Oh, okay. So yeah, baby blankets are
Yes,
good. And
yeah,
they're fast. Yeah.
yes.
Well, that's good. So anyway, so that's what I do, but I do other stuff. I do cooking and whatever I feel, and I'm trying different crafts. I'm trying to work on sewing, but it's really sad and tragic, like how bad of I can't even thread the machine or fix, when things happen. So it's bad. I'm not good with machines. So
Well, the thing with the machine,
yeah.
it seems like something small, but
Hmm.
the most important thing is that it's threaded correctly.
Yeah. Well,
And if you don't have a manual, you can download one. That's what happens. We
oh,
lose the manual or we buy
yes.
a secondhand one
Yes.
and then say, "Oh, I don't feel like it."
Oh,
But I've taken some classes, some advanced like embroidery machine
hmm.
classes, and you had to bring your manual with you
Oh,
because you
or
were
out.
using
Okay.
different computerized programs and every different name of the machine.
Yes.
Like I have a baby lock, somebody else might, which is like a brother, but
Okay.
others might have a Husqvarna
Oh,
or
yeah. I've seen those.
something, and each one operates differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So it's kind of funny, but I just was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so scary." But like I said, I'm trying all this stuff, and I've been looking at sewing machines, and we actually, well, no, don't get excited. But I did buy a treadle sewing machine. I found one, and it was really reasonable and in pretty good shape. But of course, can I use it? No.
Well, with the treadle,
It's a nice table.
the thing is there's a leather pulley which
Yes.
usually comes off
Right.
when you're moving it around, or it's
Mhm.
intentionally taken out and it's usually in a drawer,
In a drawer somewhere.
but
Okay.
that's really easy to fix and put on
Okay.
yourself. You don't
Okay.
need a repairman. I used to have a lot of machines. I had one of them in the shop every month. That was part of my budget.
Oh,
To stop by when I went in that town in North Carolina. And
yes.
actually the guy was on, I think, the last helicopter lift from
Oh.
Vietnam. And
Oh.
he had written a book about it.
Oh,
His name
wow.
was Tuan, and I bought it. And he gave me breaks. Like he would just charge me a
Yeah.
routine maintenance.
'Cause it's expensive. Yeah, I've been to those
Yeah.
too. I yeah. I go in there and I'm just like, "Oh," it's like $100 an hour. It's like a doctor. The guy
Yes. Or they tell you it's $45 to
Mhm.
clean it.
Right.
And then they call you back an hour later after they've got all your machine in parts,
Yes.
and they tell you it's $165
Yes. So I am so through yeah, I can't
plus
play with those.
tax.
Right, right, right. Yeah, don't play with those people. So, yeah, there's that.
Yes, because
So,
I have
mhm.
one like that. I'm going to show you guys in a
Okay.
minute. It's actually the first machine that my parents bought, my sister Joanne and myself.
Yes.
And oh, wait a minute. Do I see?
Oh, thanks, Donzel.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
So I'm just like learning how to operate this without knocking people off.
Yeah, well,
You
no,
know,
it's harder to throw people out off of Restream. I found it's a lot harder. Yeah,
yes.
StreamYard you can ban them. You know,
I
block.
forgot I forgot to show my mouse. I actually have a table that's big enough that I might be able to put the mouse up there. Like
Okay.
when you're cooking, I
Yes.
see your keyboard
Yes.
over kind of near the food. I'm like, see, I would be done splash some grease over there or some pancake batter or
It's
some
hard. I
something.
know. And, like, see, the problem is too is reading the chat. Like the
You
screen
keep
is so
seeing me
far
like
back.
lean forward.
That's
That's what
what
I'm
happened.
doing.
Yeah. So I have it sort of close by so I can somewhat see it. But because you can't have a phone, a computer, cooking, like
Sewing
it's too much.
machine,
Right, right. No,
or
I
the
mean,
thread,
all
what
going
you're
at the same
working
time. Yeah.
on.
Yeah, you can't do all that. That's too much. So you have to try to simplify it as much as you can. At least that's the way I figure.
Or you get to the part where at the end, like when I was making cookies, I'm like, I didn't put the nuts in.
Right. Yeah,
I only had one loaf in the oven.
and that happens. Yeah, that happens. So anyway,
Yes.
yeah. Well, anyway, well, thanks for having me. I just wanted to say hey
Well,
and
thank
let
you.
you
Thanks for coming up.
give you some support.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. I haven't had any guests for a while since I've been
yeah,
on Restream because I think at first I had the free version. I don't know if you could do it with that.
you
Then I
could.
got this one
Hmm.
and I could put my little logo up there
Yeah,
and a few little intros and outro things. And then I'm looking around trying to see what's next over here.
it's different. It is really different. Not different, but it is different. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
similar but different.
Oh,
Yeah, to
oh,
Streamyard. Yep.
yes. Well, thank you for coming,
Yeah.
Kelly.
So anyway, I'll just say hey, thanks for having me.
Well, are you going live later on tonight or anything?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
think so.
okay.
I'm not sure.
Sometimes I go
Situations happen.
and I take my glasses off and go lay down. These are
Yes.
not
Yes.
reading glasses. These are, I don't know if you can see when I get close to blue blockers.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I
Hmm.
haven't rolled over on these yet because I only wear them for for here. I just threw a pair of expensive glasses away. I
Oh.
didn't like them,
Oh.
and they're saying it's good to see you in case you can't
Hmm.
see the chat.
Oh yes.
And
Oh, I see now. Yes. Yes.
oh, and
I'm just trying to think if I have anything else I could show you. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to do it next time. But
oh,
I just wanted to.
so you
Yeah,
just wanted to hop up. And so I
just
rolled over
saying.
on these glasses, and
Yep.
they split perfectly in half. And I said there should be a way, and they had the blue blocker and everything.
Mm-mm.
So I was getting ready to throw them in the trash, and Olga said, I'll send these back to my country. Maybe somebody can use them.
Okay.
And I'm like, and they're not like bifocals or anything
Yeah.
where you have the
Yeah.
different levels. I
Yes.
decided that I'd buy two different sets of glasses, one for like outside that was supposed to
Right.
darken. They didn't make them dark enough. It's like the night driving glasses that you buy with no prescription are better than these.
Oh, then those.
So
Okay.
it's like
Wow.
I got a box of glasses over there.
Yeah, my husband's got those ones that have the sunglasses.
Yes.
And he looks like a movie star half the time. He's
Oh,
it's real
fancy.
dark. I know. Like, what are you doing?
Fancy.
No, he can't.
Mm.
But he figured, one pair and not mess around with trying to swap them. And I think that makes sense because I would lose them or break them.
I had one pair like that and it got old. I got tired of them.
Yeah.
And I went to the eyeglass place and they said they were going to recycle them,
Yes.
give them to people who couldn't afford glasses. And I put them in the box. I wish I still had them because they were the one pair that I could read, see
Hmm.
everything. It
Yes.
had all the different lenses and they would get dark when I went outside.
Right. Yeah, those are great. I would love that. I would love something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's every
Lorraine,
time you go,
Lorraine,
yep, you go get those things. You go get stuff done, and then it's like $500, and then you're just like, no, I'm good.
yes. Yeah, so Lorraine T is saying it's nice seeing
Okay.
you that she
Oh,
would
good.
like to learn how to knit. All she got to do is sit still.
Well, yeah,
Sit still. She's so busy.
yeah. I
So
mean,
busy.
I cast it on. So I was starting the second hat. So there it is. I just, I cast it on.
Yes.
There it is, and I'm like halfway through the row. But yeah,
Oh,
so I did 80 stitches, and that's where we are there. And I started the first row because you got to, it's all ribbing, so you got to keep
And
going.
and then at the end, what did you do to
Um,
decrease?
yeah, so so right now I'm doing knit two, purl two ribbing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's all this is, knit two, purl two ribbing. And I only did halfway. I did about 40 stitches, so this is the other half here. Whoops.
Oh, so by winter my hat will be here.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
actually,
just
it only
messing
took
with
me a
you.
day to do it because
Wow.
I was messing around on people's panels, and they were blah 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 blah, blah, and
I did see you on a,
I was
or maybe
working.
it was your chat with other people on there. But
Yeah,
you need to
yeah.
work when you have other people up there. But when you're by yourself, you're trying to do things.
It's really hard.
Planter Garden TV.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't have any of my herbs over here nearby to even show him.
Do you want
Like
herbs? I can show you. I can
he
show you an herb.
he has a herb challenge going on,
Oh.
and you have to do a video on the 5th and the 25th
Oh.
of the month. You need to have 10 herbs, but I'm actually growing 17.
Oh, you have more than I
But
have.
I'm doing the one that I want to grow. And I can't grow a lot of things in my community garden.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
doing what nobody will steal.
I understand.
Joanne Stevens says she's back. She's saying hello to everybody. Miss Shirley OG says it's raining today. She's got
Oh.
ice and drugs. She's good.
Oh wow. That's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really
Well,
bad.
no, ice is your friend with a knee replacement.
Oh, on the knee. Oh, she got
Yes,
done.
I
Oh.
actually have had a hip and two knees,
Oh.
so every day I have to do my PTOT. I do it at home, or I go to the JCC up the street. It's a community center, but it's like kind of high end.
Yeah.
You can use the machine. But I ended up a subscriber, and my son bought me an
Mhm.
ice maker. I live
Oh.
in a senior handicap apartment, and this
Yes.
little refrigerator is the first one I've had, I
Yes.
want to say in 50 years, that doesn't have an ice maker.
Oh, right.
So,
Right.
therefore, the ice machine that I bought, because my insurance company said I didn't need one.
Oh,
They don't pay for it.
yes.
So I bought my son said, "Mom, my boss is very, very well off. He bought his own." Deb
Yeah.
asked the Pug Mom Quilter. I was just watching y'all. I got kicked out yesterday. I was saying for pink hand waving too many
Oh, were
times.
you bad?
So
Okay.
yeah, I got kicked
Mm.
out. And I said, I'm not gonna stop. I want them to know I'm here because
Yeah.
I'll be asleep in a minute. I hear myself snoring anytime I sit down for 5 seconds. So so telling you about the different insurance companies, how can you say it's not a necessity?
Well, I forget how much that machine is worth. I think it's $3,500 or something.
The one
That
where
one.
it
Yeah.
freezes automatically, but
Yeah.
the one that I bought was, I don't know, like $400, 350
Yeah,
something.
that's the reasonable
And
one. Yeah.
I bought my own. My mother's insurance company did that.
Yeah.
She had a shoulder replacement, so she bought one,
Yeah.
and then she didn't use it because she ended up going to rehab.
Oh, okay.
Deb says she saw that she don't have those blockers. They even went back and checked. Don't worry, Deb. We've been kicked out of other places than that. We're good. We're good, and
That's funny.
we know that we don't do things to each other. Period. That's the thing about credibility, your character, your
Ooh,
worth. People know you. They know that that's not something that you do.
right.
And and we stick up for each other.
Yes.
Barb Brownlee says hello. Oh, she's roasting wild caught salmon, bok
Oh,
choy, baby carrots, fingerling potatoes. We'll
what?
have some with homemade coleslaw for dinner. Well, if any of you are on Facebook and follow me over there, I'm in my own name, Ellen Pankey, but
Okay.
I use my nickname in the middle because there are other Ellen Pankeys. Those of you on social media, have you ever Googled your name?
No,
That's one of the things you learn.
I should
I,
do that.
I used to be a management consultant for other businesses and other stuff when I worked for a living.
Yes.
And one of the things you do when you start any business, you
Yeah.
put your business name, you put your name. You will be surprised
Mm.
at what you find. There
Okay.
are so many Ellen Pankeys.
I did not know
There's
that.
there's a Penny Pankey. She's even an artist.
A penny pinky too?
Yes.
Wow,
My,
that's scary.
my
Okay.
aunt called me, and my aunt is older than me. She said, "Penny, I saw you playing her garden TV is saying hello."
Hello.
And she said, "I saw you on TV, but when I looked at you, I was going to tell you hi. You had turned Caucasian."
Oh,
I
okay.
said, "Nope, that's another Ellen Pankey, Auntie."
Another Ellen
And
Pankey.
she was laughing. Miss Shirley OG said, "Hello, Mother Pankey." And but just Google your name.
Okay. Oh, all
I
right.
also took a graphic arts class and
Hopefully it's clean.
search engine optimization. It's called SEO,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and they make you. That's part of the class.
Okay.
Checking in the names and doing all this stuff. You'll be surprised. But back in the day,
Yeah.
like when the Ten Commandments. Speaking of it being like religious holidays for some
Mhm.
of us,
Yes.
if everybody followed the Ten Commandments in
We'd
a
be good.
book that is how many thousands of years old, we
Yeah,
wouldn't need police officers.
that's correct.
We wouldn't need a lot of things. There wouldn't be these mass incidents where
Right.
people get hurt.
Mhm.
It would be your word is your bond.
That's
Honesty.
mhm.
My dad, when we grew up, it was, "What's your name?"
Yes.
Uh, my name is Ellen Pankey. You didn't say, "Yo, I'm Ellen," or whatever.
Mhm.
You just didn't, and you represented your family, and
Yes.
because you represented your family,
Right.
you acted a certain way
Yep.
most of the time. Most of the time. But when you didn't, the village,
Yeah, they told on you.
yeah, they told on you, they corrected you.
Ditch.
And
Yeah.
then the mommy usually was the disciplinarian in the house. Pop, pop, pop. But
Mhm.
when she told daddy on us, that's when we were really in big trouble.
Mhm.
We were in big trouble. Yes. So those are some of the traditions.
Mhm.
Speaking, Kelly could be my daughter. She knows that. And vintage style. Oh, they're speaking to each other.
Yes.
It's like your word is your bond. The Educated Natural was talking about that.
Right.
Back in the old days, there were only certain contracts that had to be in writing. The
Mhm.
rest was by your word. Your
Wow.
word was your bond.
Wow.
If you gave your word something, then before all the diseases, you used to shake hands.
Right.
When you
Oh.
went into a business meeting, what
Mm.
did you do? You learned how to properly shake hands.
Mhm.
Now it's more like a fist bump. No, don't put those germs on
Yeah,
me.
they
Ain't
don't wanna be
germs
touched.
on me. Yeah, so you adapt with the time, but still, the way you carry yourself,
Mhm.
the way others perceive you, the way that you act,
Yeah,
people are watching you that you don't even know,
that's true.
that you don't even know. And they're not going to give a thumbs up. They're not
No.
going to do anything. But when you look at your analytics, it'll say, well, so many X amount of people came by. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
they did. They
Yeah.
didn't think and give the thumbs up. But
No, they
some people don't know. When I took that class I told you about, I was
mhm.
actually legally blind,
Oh, wow.
and the guy sitting next to me was real computer savvy, and
Mhm.
he would reach over, and we were using MacBooks. Why?
Yeah.
Because Macs have the truer graphics and colors when
Okay.
you're working with different things and prints.
Mhm.
And he would reach over. I couldn't even find the little button to
Yes.
the red button to log out and stuff. And we were going on different sites, and he said, "Someone's following you. You need to follow them back."
Right.
But now I see some of the people, and I don't want to follow. I don't want to follow them. I just
Yeah.
ignore them. Or all these dudes with like Mr. Shirley something. We'll just use it in Miss Shirley
Oh.
OG. And then you look, and it's a man. They've taken the name of somebody else and changed
Oh.
on or
Okay.
added a Mr. It's a man. I mean, all kind of crazy
Oh,
stuff.
that is crazy. I've
All
never
kinds of
seen that.
crazy stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
So one person who's not in here and is going live later on, you guys, if you don't mind me share, you can stay up here, Kelly. You don't have to.
I'm just, yeah, okay. If you don't mind, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, just hang out.
I'm
It's
listening.
nice to see a smiley face. All I get to do is look at myself.
It's not fun, is it? Yeah. I mean, for me anyway. Yeah.
You have to smile
I'd rather
and
have
be
some people.
pleasant
Yeah.
and, play with your new best friend, the little kid who has an imaginary friend that I'm talking to. That's why
Right.
Mr. Hershey comes over here because he had the nerve yesterday. Olga walks him for me sometimes, or we went to the store.
Right.
She goes and parks where she parks. It's a little distance, a block away,
Yeah. Yep.
and over by the garden.
Hmm.
And she'll bring him in, walk with him, let him tinkle an extra time, holding them in his arms. And then when he gets ready to leave, he acts a fool when you're
Right.
going out the door,
Right.
going out the door. So she went to pick him up, and he's actually growling at her.
Oh.
She picked him up anyway and put him on my bed because, no, Mom, we don't put the dogs on the bed, but she puts him on my bed so that she can get out the door without him running out the hall,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
arguing
understand that.
because people
Yep.
were playing bingo or
Yeah.
left center right game, something.
Yeah.
She's very pretty. She must be talking about you, Kelly, because they see me all the time.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
So, speaking of show and tell and hand things, I want to show you guys. My shoulder doesn't work that well.
Be careful. Yeah.
This is a painting that I did. And what it was leftover paint. You know how you're painting and you have leftover paint?
That's really
So
nice.
I had all these blurbs of color.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided to just put a little parakeet on it.
Nice.
So it's like kind of op art. But then at the time I was in North Carolina, and I want you to see the back of this thing because it's actually a little bit messy.
Is that now? Did you do that yourself? Did you
I
stretch that canvas?
I did not stretch. I'm gonna do this 1 second. Let's see if I can do this.
Oh,
So
there you
they
go.
can see,
Yes, that's good.
so that they can see it.
Ooh.
I actually took the wood. This was a 2x4.
Oh,
I think it was oak, and I took it to the wood shop at the community college. The
yes,
class was cheap, but I got to use millions of dollars of equipment for free.
I love it.
I also took the painting and drawing class there. Mike's telling me, Mom,
He's snitching. I saw.
Pen's being naughty.
I'm like, what? He's-
I'll put this on there so Mommy can see it. Oh, or maybe not. I won't because I don't want to. I want to make you big again.
oh
But
no, it's fine.
you
It's
can
fine.
see where I actually stained it. A different color.
Oh,
I
on
should
the side. Oh, you did. Yeah, I see that.
more of the back,
Yeah, that's nice.
and I didn't even. I didn't even autograph it. You're supposed to autograph your work
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or put a signal. Some type of a sign
Right.
or something. I finally put a marker on here and signed this.
Okay.
But this was just like scribbling, you guys, and you do a scribble and
Yeah.
paint on top of it. So that's what make
So
Kelly
that's
get me
now. Do you have you have a signature, a special signature for your artwork?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm trying to see because you don't the reason you have a signature, you guys, a sign, is because you don't always have room to write your name.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a little symbol to show that
Yeah.
it is yours. And
Right.
mine is actually a combination of an E and a P
EP.
for the Ellen Penny Pankey, and the P is backwards.
Okay. Yes, that's
The
good.
middle P is like you draw a straight line, then
Mm-hmm.
you make an E, then a backwards P, then another P.
Cool.
Real original. I mean, it's not
I mean, it's okay.
fancy.
Oh, listen, I wanted to just say, if you don't mind, I want to invite you to come and crochet at some point
Okay, I will.
if you want to. Now we got a schedule, whenever you have free time.
I promise. I
Okay.
promise. And
Surely.
Mother, I might need some of that yarn that's at your house in the closet.
There you go.
Actually, I do have a little bit of yarn here.
Okay.
And did you say knit or crochet or
Doesn't
both?
matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can look. I could actually
Whatever
be
you
doing
want
that
to
right
do.
now because I always do dishcloths. And
Yeah.
somebody said yesterday to me, I was sitting waiting, and she said, "Well, this might be a good time to have
Oh, a
some
dishcloth.
dishcloth." I would think I was waiting
Okay.
to have them help me program the
Yes.
new remote for the TV in the bedroom,
Right. Right.
which they couldn't do after an
Oh.
hour and a half.
Okay.
So I was in the background, I think on Deb S's or Mona's channel,
Yeah.
trying to do that and talk to these people. And good thing I have the Wi-Fi that you can have like 10, 15 devices on.
Yeah. Yeah. You're asking a lot. See, you're trying to do too much. You can't do so much. But
Yeah,
anyway,
so I was
get
just
a dishcloth.
I
So here you go.
oh,
There's one
nice.
there. This one's small. This was like the end of a skein. So I
I
just
like the small dishcloths because the big ones take too long to dry.
they do. Yeah, they really do. So I made that one. Oh, here, this is the weird thing I made. I got these I forget what it's called, crochet week or whatever.
Oh, those are so cute.
And this was a it's supposed to be a pot holder, but it's not. Because it's acrylic and I think it would burn, but I made this cow.
That is too cute. Nana needs to make one for the new great grandbaby.
Yeah, so if you
No,
do this in
great
cotton, it would
great
be
grandbaby.
great grandbaby. But I thought this was cute.
No, no. My great grandbaby is
Great
having a baby.
is
Old.
what?
That's how old I am, Kelly.
Oh, snap. Okay, that's pretty old.
I know, right? Yes, yes.
I mean, if you put it like that, the great grandbaby's having a baby. Oh wow.
I have a 4-year-old great great grandbaby
Okay. Wow.
and a new one coming. You guys, Joanne Stevens saying very nice, Kelly.
Thank
You
you.
all let my hair color fool you. I am
Okay.
old. I am an elder. I
All
am
right
an
now.
elder.
Okay.
It's like people who look at me don't realize
Yeah.
until I show them different things. Let me wipe my eye and use
Sure.
my inhaler real quick.
Hmm. But I just remembered I made this, and I haven't put it. I
That's
don't know
too
what I'm gonna
cute.
do with this thing. But maybe if I see a baby, I'll because it's got a little bit of stuffing. I don't know if you can see that there.
You know what? The foundation, the National Federation for the Blind,
Mm-hmm.
they have a lot of them have children. I made a quilt for and donated it through
Yep.
my coach when I was legally blind. They
Okay.
told me about a young couple, and the wife worked,
Yeah.
and the husband was legally blind, but he stayed home and took care of the baby.
Okay.
So I made a rag quilt for the baby. It
Mm-hmm.
was so cute because they had it on the floor. It was double sided, but they had
Yes.
it on the wrong side. Mike
Oh.
said, "We don't crack. I don't crack."
Well, I was gonna say that. Oh, oops.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Yeah, you
Or
are. Good skin.
my sister sent me a little Bible. It was a little prayer or something of
Yeah.
somebody who was testifying, and it says, "I don't look like what I've been through,"
Right.
and that would be it.
I
So
understand.
now, what I want to show you guys, I will take this off because it will take a pound of weight off. And this is what you know. What's interesting about this? This is what the old foot pedals look like on old
Oh,
sewing
okay.
machines.
Gotcha.
They were wider; your foot could rest on it. You didn't
Yeah.
have to hold it up high and mash it down.
Right.
So I took it off, and
Mm-hmm. Oh, a squirrel.
I'm taking it off of the case.
Yes.
And this is look how sexy she is. Now
Oh, that's
she's
nice.
curvy.
Is that turquoise or green?
Yes, it is.
It's
It's
turquoise.
like a
Yeah.
turquoise,
Mm.
and it's a vintage Singer 338.
Mm.
And you notice it doesn't have the external bands to fix or do things. It has a thing. This is called I don't know what it's called, but you put cams in here and
Mm-hmm.
you change the different widths of the stitches, and you
Oh,
have these little things and you can make all these fancy stitches.
nice.
This machine was gifted to me in 1965 by our parents.
All right now.
So it is 60 years old, Kelly. It's
Amazing.
older than you.
That's amazing.
It's older than you. I'm
Oh my
trying to get it
gosh.
close.
You should make yourself big. Now, here's the question: how to tell you
Oh,
to do that?
okay. How do I make
You know,
myself big?
you see, there's a little. It looks like
Yes,
an arrow.
I
That's what you
think
want. Oh,
this
that's
way.
good. That's good. Yeah, they can see a little closer. Yeah.
Yes. How about that, you guys? And but the reason I picked her up at my mom's house 2 weeks ago is look at all the space under here.
Yes.
If you look at any sewing machine or visualize any sewing machine you've seen lately, this was a standard sewing machine.
Uh
I
huh.
won't say it was maybe a higher end machine, but
Yeah.
look at all this space from here to here. You're
Hmm.
not going to see that on any of the new machines.
Yeah, they're not
So,
so nice. Yeah, that's really nice.
so when I put up my little cutie breeze frame, I'm going to
Mm.
put her on there, and she'll
Okay.
have at least 8 inches of sewing room.
Nice.
And then I went to a machine shop,
Yeah.
and they have the special fitted case for it,
Mm-hmm.
where these little knobby things
Yeah.
fit down in there. It's not like one of the ones you can go to
Mm.
Wally World and get. And
Right.
yeah, so let me stand up and use both hands to put her down.
Just be careful. That looks heavy.
Yeah, she's a big girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to fit her in the slots. Woo,
That's good.
lordy, lordy. Uh, Joe says it's a cool machine. Yes. So it was up on the third floor, and I had to get my
Mhm.
granddaughter to go get it at mommy's
Okay.
house.
All right.
My mother has. Oh, you know what? I haven't said this lately, but some of you who have been following me for a while,
Yeah,
you know that I have 6 living generations.
that's pretty good.
Six. My mom, then
Hmm.
me, then my daughter, then
Right.
my granddaughter,
My daughter.
two great granddaughters,
Mm.
and a great great grandson and a half.
Wow. And a half.
Yeah, he'll be here next
Not
month.
that. Yes.
Yes, he'll be
That's
here
pretty
next
cool.
month. So we will be at mom's house tomorrow after church
Okay.
and have like a lunch slash dinner
Mm-hmm. So what's
type.
for dinner, or what are you having?
I don't know. They do all the cooking.
Oh, you don't
Yes,
have to do that.
I never cook.
All right now. Okay.
I never cook for family meals.
Right.
I might bring something like I'm
Hmm.
the collard green person
Okay.
most of the time,
Right.
and I like butter pound cakes. I
Oh.
do some baking, but then I get reprimanded because, Mom, everybody's on a diet. Mom, don't bring that. Mom, don't bring all those calories. Some people are diabetic. Some
Mm.
people, Lorraine teaches beautiful piece of art. Thank you.
That is nice.
Um, different people have dietary issues,
True.
and they all cook, Kelly.
Okay. Well, that's good.
My
Then they can
great
handle the.
granddaughter, my
Yeah.
great granddaughter has a baking business where she
Oh. That's
caters and sells
mhm.
chocolates that are dipped, different cakes, different desserts.
Okay.
My daughter is almost like a
Mhm.
professional chef.
All right.
All everything has to be all fancy on the tables. You don't just throw it up there and
Mhm.
yeah, it's fixed up. And then my granddaughter, she's
Yeah.
the one that makes the 4-layer coconut cakes and with the
Mm.
pineapple filling or the Oreo cakes and
Okay.
maybe 4 or 5 pies.
All
Me,
right.
I'm going to go in there and do my little stuff or do it overnight and be
Yep.
gone.
Right.
And they have a much bigger kitchen than I do.
Right. Yeah. I
Much
figured your
bigger
kitchen can't
counter.
be that big. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's like I live in my studio, which is the fun
Mhm.
part because I
Right.
could do all the other stuff.
Mhm.
And when those of you who see me on Facebook, when you see the fancy plates during
Mm.
the week,
Yeah.
like especially Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it wasn't me. Or you might see it pop up on Instagram. It's
Mhm.
Olga, my
Okay.
helper, that does it. And she enjoys making fancy things. And then she
All
says
right.
sometimes she's like you guys' age, and she goes home and she goes to make something. And she goes, "Oh, that's not in this kitchen." Because my kitchen is like 10 steps. at the most in one
Right.
direction, and everything is one step away from the kitchen, the
Yep.
sink, and the stove triangle.
Okay. Yeah, you got the
And
little
that's
trick.
5 steps.
Yeah, that's good.
You can almost reach from the stove almost to the refrigerator,
Right, right,
and
right.
everything is here, you guys. It's taped shut. The pantry is double, double filled.
Mhm.
There's prepper stuff underneath furniture, hidden. Lorraine T has been here. She'll tell you it's a lot, a lot, a lot.
So you have it handled, but that's good. You have to,
Yeah.
you have to be creative in a smaller space.
Mike is saying that he needs a squirrel animal.
I heard that. Yeah, I'll have to look into a
You have to look that one up. Say,
look that one up.
that'll be
It needs a
interesting.
fancy, yeah, it needs the teeth and the tail, I guess. That's what'll make it look kind of funny.
Oh yeah, some big bucky teeth.
Big bucky teeth and then the big bushy tail.
Yeah, yes, a big tail. Mike's squirrels are so fat. I thought it was two squirrels chasing
Did
each
you?
other.
Yeah, they're huge. I don't know what's going on up there.
I don't know. Yeah, I do. It's called
Oh,
Mr. and Mrs. Mike's Chaotic Gardening.
oh, you're
Hand
feeding them?
feeding these fat critters.
Yeah. And they know what's up. And they know what's up.
They know. They know.
That is really funny.
They hear the door opening and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're over here."
They're ready for dinner. Yeah, or
Yes,
whatever. That's
yes,
great.
yes, yes.
It's
So
cool.
you guys, Kelly came up, but I was going to show you one thing. I don't want to lose the needle. I was
Cool.
going to do some hand sewing
Okay.
along with Kelly. Maybe I will for about 5 minutes to show
Sure.
you guys because I am adding the binding on a quilt, and I attach my bindings from the front. Now you don't have to do this for everything,
Mm-hmm.
but this is definitely a show quilt.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing it the way the quilt. If the quilt police look at it, they'll know that I follow the rules.
The
You don't
quilt,
have
please.
to. This
Okay.
There are utility quilts,
Yes.
and there are. I'm going to make you the same size. There
Mm-hmm.
are utility quilts, and then there are show quilts.
Okay.
My show quilts can be utility quilts, and I usually make them the same.
Right.
Unless it's like a denim quilt
Mm-hmm.
or something. What I'm doing, you guys, is on this binding. This is a all-purpose thread. It's heavy duty,
Mm-hmm.
but because I don't see that well, especially at night,
Yep.
I double the thread and put a big knot on it. And
Yep.
now I will split one side of the knot because I only need a single strand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mike is so funny. He's talking about his squirrels.
They're big boned.
No, no,
Yeah,
they're
okay.
big boned.
Big boned. Nice.
Oh, I like that one, Mike. Mike. You got those big boned squirrels over there.
Yeah, he said don't fat shame his squirrels.
I know. That's the looks like as one of my great granddaughters would say, that's rude and disrespectful.
Yes.
Speaking of his squirrels. So I'm going the wrong way to get this started.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys just do what makes you happy. I'm sure that no matter what quilt I gave someone,
Mm-hmm.
they would appreciate it
Yes.
because, especially the time, um, Miss Shirley's talking about Mike. She doesn't think so about the squirrels being big boned.
Yeah. They're fat.
Yes. So when I'm watching TV, I usually do this. Some people take, or we used to take hand stitching with us,
Yeah.
like in public places. But now
Mm.
it's like, who wants people breathing on something that's going to go on your bed?
No. Now,
Right?
do you wash that? Speaking of that question, before
This
you,
one,
yeah, after you finish, or do
this
you
one,
wash it
this
before
one's
along the way? Yeah.
this one is a show quilt, so no.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Now, some of the quilts, the utility quilts, yes, because I know people are going to be using them and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
putting them on their bed or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, a resilient dad commissioned a quilt for his father,
Oh.
and he was saying that he told his father to put it in the dry cleaners. I'm like, what? No. Auntie Joanne says she loves all of her quilts.
That's good.
And I don't even know how many she has. And they're
Mm.
all show quality. And she keeps hers. Her laundry. She could be the laundry lady that
Yes.
picks up your laundry and brings it. I don't let everybody do my laundry. I
Yeah.
have I have a helper who is a part of is supposed to be helping with laundry. I do
Yes.
my laundry myself. I don't want anybody touching my
You
underwears.
know, it's a little awkward. Yeah, I understand.
I don't want, I
Yep.
fold everything a certain way
Mhm.
since I'm picky. I my mother's one of her first jobs. She worked in a laundry, and
Mhm.
she taught my sister Joanne Stevens and me how to fold things.
Okay.
Like if you're in a store, you go to Macy's
Oh yeah,
or
I can't do
Lord
that.
and Taylor, and you go
Yes.
in the linen department, you see all the towels. They're
Mhm.
folded the same way.
They are.
That
Yep.
you go into the washcloths, they're folded the same way.
Mhm.
It's a standard that
It's good.
innkeepers or whatever, how
Mhm.
they do their laundry, and that's
That's
how we learned.
okay.
And when I couldn't do my laundry myself, 10 years ago, my sister would do my laundry, Joanne, my sister Joanne, or
Mhm.
my daughter, or my granddaughter, because
Okay.
I couldn't go up and down the 3 flights
Right.
of steps at mom's house,
Yes.
to the laundry room. And I'm picky about my stuff. No,
Mhm. Mhm.
we
Makes sense.
folded a whole stack of t-shirts. I'm like, no, because the space they go in, they won't fit like that. So guess what? We had to refold them all over
Refold
again
them.
because you didn't do them that way. Now they won't they won't go in.
Mm. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, I mean, when you have little space, you really do have to be creative in getting everything in there.
Yes, I was visiting my daughter's condo in New York, and she did her laundry and my laundry. And she came and she says, Mom, let me show you how I fold my towels.
Oh,
Sonia, who do you think was folding towels when you were born like that?
oops. Mhm.
you know, and she
Yes,
does her slightly different, but the look is the same.
the same.
She
Okay.
does the Ralph Lauren
Okay.
fold the way they did it in their store because why? She worked there for
Oh, okay.
30 years.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Everything was standard. Everything
Yes.
was standard.
Mm, that's good.
And she's only your age, Kelly. That
Mm.
was her first job.
Wow. So I guess they treated her. She must have liked it. She stayed that long. That's a long time.
Well, when you work your way up to vice president, that's what you do.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know if people do that anymore. It's kind of interesting. You know.
Well, I never kept anything that long. Husbands, nothing.
Uh,
Cars. I do have my sewing machine. I do have my sewing machine. You all.
Husbands.
Mother, I didn't say that, Mom. My mouth slipped.
Oops. Yeah.
So I'm going to put it down. I think you guys will see my face if I sit back, but I'm just showing you
Yep.
my hand sewing. I'll be on here a few minutes more.
Yeah, it's looking
And
good.
I find that the way that I'm sewing now, I'm going up the seam.
Mm.
Sewing it is probably upside down. But if I turn it around the other way, it
Mhm.
seems like the stitches get caught in the
Right.
seam that's on the back,
Right.
and I don't want them to show. And
Mhm.
one of the things some of the new sewers are or sewists. Why do I
Right.
say that? Because when you write down the word sewer, it looks like a
Yes.
sewer, and
It
nobody
looks like
wants
sewer. Yeah.
nobody wants to be a
I
sewer.
picked up on that. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, thanks, Donzel.
Uh, put your camera down a little bit more, Kelly, so we can see your hands more.
I'm trying to like hide
You're trying to show your
the
face.
overeating.
You did what?
The overeating.
Oh, I'm trying to hold my stomach in too.
I know. Well,
That's why I wore the black in there. I'm like, I'm sitting it down. Oh
uh,
well, no fat shaming us either.
yes.
So I
Glad
get
you
a
know
couple
that.
stitches. And for those of you who don't know, like people who applique, even on black, you use a neutral color thread so that you can see what you're
You
actually
can
doing.
see it. Yeah, that's good.
And you don't, there's not matching the thread. I don't use green thread.
Ugh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would not use. I don't even think I have green yarn. I have a little bit.
Oh, I
That's
think
not.
Lorraine T is talking to me. She says I have a lovely home, very organized and roomy. It's roomy for what it is and all the stuff that
Yeah.
I have in it. And I know what's in here. So blessed by Jess. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yep.
Jess is a quilter, you guys. And those of you who are content creators, don't forget to put exclamation mark GQUAT. So,
Yep.
I can think Mike saying we're both beautiful. Hush. Maybe something about the squirrels. I don't. Oh, because we were talking about holding our stomach in, whatever. So we're just keeping it real, y'all. So Jess
Sorry.
is working on a really interesting piece. Like
Yes.
yesterday or today was, what is it? Revolution Day. It's the
Okay.
day that Paul revered. See you, Debs. You must be tired. You've been sewing all day live. I
Okay.
saw you. And um, Jess is working on an underground railroad quilt,
Oh,
which
that'll
is
be
a
nice.
different story than most of the ones you've seen. This
Yes.
is one that I have on my lap. And she asked me about it. I'll show you guys. I'm putting the binding. I made two. One is
Hmm.
in batiks and one is in African fabrics.
Oh,
They
yeah,
will
that's
both
nice.
be for show, and I didn't use the standard blocks that people use for
Yeah.
underground railroad quilts.
Hmm.
So today or yesterday was a day that Paul Revere rode down the Boston Post Road and said
Yes.
the
Yes.
British were coming. The
Right.
Boston Post Road is the main road from Boston through where I live, going through
Okay.
New York, or New Jersey, where George
Right.
Washington crossed
The Delaware. Yep.
Trenton. Yeah, yeah. So
Trenton. Yeah.
yes, yes. So
Right.
I've been up and down that road. I know every exit on that turnpike. So this is
Yeah, me too.
actually upside down because there is the boat at the end.
Hmm.
So my story is that the monkey wrench,
Hmm.
and this is the monkey wrench block,
Oh, I see.
turned the wagon wheel.
Hmm.
And I saw Deb and a bunch of those doing this. Now, my wagon wheel is actually appliqued on here.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
Hmm.
And
What do they call the triangles? Is there a name for that?
they're half square triangles.
Yes. There you
Yes.
go. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. And this is follow the on a bear's trail. It means
Hmm.
there's a path where animals goes through, like deer and stuff. There's
Yep.
actually a little highway in the woods that you can follow.
Right.
Let me put this down. You guys won't be able to see my face, but you'll be able to see the blocks, and I can't hold
Yes.
it up. So this is a bear's paw, and then it says monkey wrench.
Yes.
Oh, to the dress up in bow ties.
Right.
This is a log cabin block.
Okay.
This is like bow ties because the slaves, if they weren't tattered in town, you would have
Hmm.
noticed them. So
Right.
this is dressed up, and I try to put gold fancy
Yeah, that's
fabric when they dressed up.
mhm.
Then this one
Ooh.
is a shoe fly block.
Mhm.
And speaking of when we laugh about the quilt police, this is a different crossroads. She was working on a crossroads block, but it was different. And
Yep.
I didn't have all the same fabrics for this, so I just used what I had.
I understand. Yeah, that's
I
good.
just used what I had and made it different.
Mhm.
And these are the flying geese. You follow the flying geese on a snail's trail. This
Oh,
is so that
wow.
if you were being hunted, nobody
Yep.
could find you. A snail doesn't go straight, it goes. So
Mhm.
this is a snail trail block.
Nice.
And over the quickest way to get to Canada, where you were really free, was through Ohio, your state.
Oh.
So
Oh,
that's why there's so many crossings, because you could go up through there to get to Canada, take a boat
mm,
to Canada. So I changed my story and put an Ohio star,
nice.
and this was the boat to
Oh,
Canada.
that's good. Okay, I see the boat. That's nice.
Yes. So that just says so cool. So yes, this is a story quilt,
That is nice.
and it's an underground railroad story quilt. And
Yeah.
my blocks are slightly different than other people's blocks
Mm.
because I'm different. I'm
Okay.
different. So, do any of you have any questions for Kelly or myself? I've been on a little bit more than an hour
I
and a
didn't mean
quarter.
to
Oh, I didn't even realize what time it was, because I just go through and tell you guys
Yep.
what I have out for the day or
Hmm.
what I'm
This
doing.
is what I got done while I was here.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow. Kelly only had nothing on there when she started.
that's right. Yep.
So Jess said that's amazing. I think she's talking about my quilt
Your quilt is amazing. Yeah. This
and
is like boring. It's not that exciting.
oh, and then these colors, these boutiques, and to
Yep.
get them to, this is not a coordinated combination of fabrics. These are some
Yep.
that I collected, and I love boutiques. I love, 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 love.
Yeah.
Now I have one exactly like this with the same story, but they're in all African,
Yeah.
authentic African fabrics that I had shipped over here because I wanted it to be authentic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Yeah, I saw your fabric. I would love to get some, but I don't. Not that I'm going to sew with it, but in my mind, I just want some fabric, just to hang
Oh,
out with. One day, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I just like I have that fake stuff from Joanne, but it's not the
but
same.
fabric, you know what? Fabric is fabric, and use what you
Okay.
have. I just want to show you guys something. What they talk about, like when we laughingly talk about the fabric, I mean the quilt police.
Hmm.
It's like
The quilt,
the
please.
the corner, the corners, the
Mm.
points in the corners, like you asked
Yeah.
about, are not supposed to be underneath. They're
Oh.
supposed to just touch. Those are touching
Oh,
a little
that
bit
part. Yeah.
more, but
Gotcha.
like the judges, like here, where
So
the
would
points
you?
touch, there's not supposed to be a space. It's not supposed to be. It's
Oh.
supposed to be perfect. It took me a long time to do this quilt. I did two of them. It was during part of the time I was
Mm.
legally blind,
Oh.
and it took me 2 years to work through these and to get all the
Hmm.
pieces, to
Hmm.
organize the colors, and to arrange them in the order that I put them in so that they
Hmm.
would, show each
Yeah.
other out. She said, "Which do you do the fastest, Kelly? Crocheting or knitting?"
I think knitting lately. Yeah.
Well, if she knitted the other way, the European way, that's really fast.
Not for me.
I go, Mother,
Not for me. A
I
lot of
have
people.
to mention your name, Mother, because my mother knits the European way, and
Mhm.
she holds one needle still, and she does everything the other one. It's so fast. She says, "You've been knitting for 70 years. You still can't do it my way?" "Nope, Mom, I can't.
I
I
drop
like
stitches.
doing it this way."
I drop stitches. So if I figure this will be correct. If I do it the other way, I can do it, but it's I drop stitches.
My mother knows how to go like in the middle of a rosebud and take it out and put it all back. I'm like, me, I'll just rip it and start again. I'm not doing all that.
You don't have time for
When
that. Yeah.
she has a completed thing, or
Yeah.
when I get the thread, we used to get the thread that was loose. And the grandchildren, which was
Mhm.
me, or my
Oh,
sister, used to hold our arms out. I guess
yes.
I would keep us still for a couple hours and
Mhm.
hold our arms. My
Oh, you did
grandmother would
the
roll it into balls,
you were
or
the
that she would put it on the back of a chair
right.
and roll it up.
That's really funny.
Oh,
I've seen
oh,
people do it, but I've never actually done it. Like I've never, done it. But I've seen it like on TV. Yeah.
yeah, we still have, I think, some of that loose yarn and loose crochet thread up on my
Yeah.
mom's third floor. Kelly says both of us are gorgeous. Oh, bless your. I mean, Lorraine says
Lorraine,
we're both gorgeous, Kelly.
you're
Probably
very
could be my
kind.
daughter. Don't we look alike, you guys? She
Sure.
looks like she could be my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, here,
So,
I'll show you one more thing. I'll hide my
yes.
this is my dad's sweater. I made this for my father. Um, This was my first knitting. I've cut his head off, so you know it.
Oh, I
So
remember that sweater. I mean, showing it
remember those? Yeah, those sweaters.
those
And
with the Aryan thread and
mhm,
all the fancy stitches.
all the
My
fancy stitches.
my mother made a fisherman knit sweater for my brother. I
Yeah.
won't say his name because somebody will tell him.
Oh, oh,
And he'll come for me. My
yeah.
brothers are 6'4", six something.
Oh, yeah. Big, big.
Yeah, my baby sister is like 5'10"
Yes.
or 11. Auntie Joanne is several inches taller than me.
Okay.
Yeah, but he'll come for me. My mother made an Aryan knit sweater with the real Aryan
With the
got the
cables and all the
color
yeah,
and
and
real
color
wool.
and real
And
wool.
every row is a different stitch
See, that's
on
terrible.
there. I
Okay.
mean, like 17, 18 different rows of different everyone. And then he was in prep school. He grew a lot. He gave the sweater to someone else.
Oh no, she was probably
Didn't bring it home for
was
one
it?
of
Yeah,
his siblings or his baby brother to,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Kelly, my sister says that's beautiful.
But thank you. Yeah, this is what started me
Your
knitting.
sweater.
I wanted to buy one, and they were like $600, and I said,
Yes,
well,
they are.
I think I'm going to
They're
make
probably 1,000 now, but
probably 1,000 now.
with
Yeah,
the tariffs and whatnot.
and others. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. But yes, yeah. So that's why I started knitting because I said I'm not. I can't. At the time I think I was in school. Like I was in school still when I made that. Yeah,
So, Terry, I don't know if I spoke to you. I don't know if I saw you. She said yes. She used to hold her arms out and let her mom roll her ball of yarn. If you guys go back in the video, I'll show you my So Terry repairs machines, you guys.
yeah.
And the vintage machines, featherweights and whatnot. She shows you
Cool.
how to clean them and
Mm,
do them. When I get to the point where I'm cleaning mine, it's like I'm just trying to get
mhm.
the case back on it so I can
Yeah.
sew the next thing. But I will be taking,
Mhm.
oh, the video where I showed my studio before I downsized, it
Mhm.
has my blue featherweight and my one of the black ones. I
Okay.
only have two. My sister Joanne has one with the beautiful scroll on the
Oh,
plate
on
and
the
perfect stitching
mm,
because she doesn't use it that much. And we
yeah.
had it serviced like a couple times, and somebody wasn't up there like flooring it, tearing it all
Yes.
apart.
Yes.
Yes, Auntie Ellen, you hold up my machine before. Oh, thank you, thank you. She's a sexy girl, isn't she, Terry? And I'm gonna put her
Pretty
on my cutie breeze. That's why I went and picked her up because it has a pretty good sized throat. And if I get around to finishing those 60 quilts up there,
wow.
60 quilt tops that are
Oh.
done, waiting for batting and backing.
Oh, you need all this. Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah, I should
Okay.
not be creating anything, but that's the part I love when I'm
Yeah.
putting the fabrics together. And I still have a few favorite things:
Okay.
raindrops, sun roses, and the fabrics that I like. I don't buy fabric like I used to, but I still have bits and pieces of
Okay.
the good stuff that I like
Yes.
pinch out and dilute down with
Salute.
other stuff.
Good.
Terry says she's looking forward to seeing me on the frame. Well, she has one. She has a mini, and she's showing how she first used it. And I'm gonna take out some of my books, my teaching books, for those of you who would like to do machine quilting and finishing.
Mhm.
She says, "Oh, Joanne says her machine needs service when I get there. I usually oil mine after every 8 hours of sewing. And
Oh.
Auntie Joanne just did a show quilt, her first show quilt that she entered
Mhm.
into a challenge.
Yeah.
And it is amazing. It is amazing.
Okay.
And she put so much more labor into hers than
Mhm.
I did. So Terry says, "Oh, Miles, 60, yes, 60 finished tops that are museum quality tops."
That's pretty amazing.
Because I used to be in a group and we used to do that all day on Mondays and Thursdays,
Okay.
and then other days.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I used to teach it, but the certain patterns with the stitching
Yep.
and how to do free motion quilting, say on a nine patch, on something that you memorize in your head, and it goes into your muscle memory.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Okay.
you can go, if you can find one at Dollar Tree,
Mm-hmm.
anybody that sews, and get a whiteboard and erasable,
Oh
the
yeah.
erasable ink,
Yes.
and practice doing it like doodling. My
Mm-hmm.
sister Joanne sketches all the time. Every
Okay.
room she's in, there's like a little sketch pad and something. Especially the bathroom that's near her studio.
All right.
She goes in there and she puts her books. There's a basket with books in it.
Books in there.
I
Yep.
go in there and visit until my legs go to sleep.
I can't. Yeah, I can't sit on it. I was thinking about it. I'm like,
Oh, that's so rude. No, I didn't say that, Mom. TMI, too much
yeah, I
information.
could take that out. So.
Good daughter. Oh, so Terry said she was showing when I showed my underground railroad quilt. You read up on that. The blocks are different, have different meanings, a form of communication. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
will. I will hang it when I find, if I ever finish hand sewing the binding down on it.
All right. There's another row.
Yes,
Another row.
yes. So I'll be able to wear that before the end of summer, and all my hair will fit under it,
That'll be
Terry.
nice. Yes.
So you guys, it's been a ball, y'all.
You said-
Mother, I will see you tomorrow. Lorraine T was saying yes to the points on those quilts and whatnot. Yeah. And the worst quilt police are the ones in your group. They'll be
Oh,
like, girl, you know you need to pick that out, you know?
okay.
Yes, yes. And I was on the board of directors
Mm-hmm.
of the Long Arm Association in North Carolina, which is one of the biggest long arm groups in the country.
Okay.
And so you couldn't put stuff in there that was raggedy. And
Right. Right.
I was
Right.
a quilt show judge, and I used to judge
Oh.
the
Okay.
long arming. And you
Mm.
can tell when the ones that are done by hand, the ones that are done by
Right.
computer.
Right.
I saw Shani. I forgot to say your name right. Shani, thanks for coming and welcome. Good night, Terry. We're all getting ready to say goodbye to all our lovely friends. Mother, ego amote. See you tomorrow after you get out of church. I'll be in church online. This in American Sign Language. This is an I. This is an L. This is a U.
Backward.
This is how you say I love you. And you point your hand to the
Oh, I can't do
person
that.
you're talking to, even if you have arthritis and you're old. All right. So you guys, thanks for coming. I go amote. Oh, wait. I forgot
You got to play your outro.
I have to do my outro.
You do?
Yes. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.